Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Ready to Love Season 9 Reunion Part 2.
Thank you, everybody who subscribe, like, share, comment. Blair's going to walk us one last time through this episode. This is the finale of the season. There's no more parts after this part, right?
No, we're done.
It's almost good riddance, but I'm sad to go, but I'm happy to see it.
Move along.
Yeah, exactly. Thank y'all again. You ready, Blair?
Yes.
Let's move, Blair.
So we acknowledge Alexis left, and we're moving on.
Yes.
We see clips of Lamar from the season. Why did we have to spend time on nasty Lamar? I don't know.
I think it's important that we spend time on Lamar, to be honest.
Okay.
Because his behavior was one of the main things on the show.
Yeah, that's true. Lamar sees that he is a bit much.
Yeah.
He is just tired of talking about boring things. He wants to keep things spicy.
Yeah.
And the question about the skinny dipping, it was more so a question to him, if you would follow me. Okay.
Just ask that question. Will you follow me? And listen here, man. Leaders don't never have to ask, where are my followers? That's the beautiful thing about leaders. Leaders just turn around and be like, oh, I'm a cult leader now. You get what I'm saying? Okay, everybody get naked. You know what I mean? So like, it's just very interesting that these men, as Blair would describe these men, this is the last episode. Go back to what Blair said in the first episode. She said, there's piss in the pool, y'all. That's actually the title of that episode that we named it. So hearing these guys speak so, I don't want to say so highly of themselves because I don't want them to speak low of themselves. But it's like, why are you meeting these women for the first time? You don't know them. You don't even know if you want them to follow you because you don't know their character. You don't know their morals. You don't know anything. But you want to ask questions about, will you follow me? No, it was about, can y'all get naked right now and I can see some booty while we all jump in the pool.
Yeah.
That's all it was about.
Lamar thinks that he could tweak his approach, but it depends on who you talk to. He says sometimes his approach works.
Are you married?
Patrice thought it was insane the way he was talking to the women. Basically, it sounded like you were talking to some prostitutes. He likes to make the women feel uncomfortable at first. And Tommy wishes him the best and says, okay, we're not going to get nowhere with this man.
Hey, listen here, man.
This is just a nasty, nasty man.
I'm going to let y'all know something right now. I got something for Tommy at the end of this show. Keep going.
We see clips of Jonathan. We see the pajama party debacle. Jonathan was reserved at first because he was not comfortable being vulnerable. He says that's something that he needs to work on because his emotions can be all over the place at times. He says he held back during the journey. Mieka thinks that if he was more open and honest, he might have stuck around a bit longer. And this was brought up because Mieka said the baby mama comment. And he said that, you know, she said it and he was just going to let her believe it.
Your thoughts, Blair?
I don't get that. If that's not true, if that's not the case, because he even went on to say, like, no, you said baby mama, and then I said that's my wife, or that's something along those lines.
No, he said something about, she said something about baby mama, and he said, I don't have a baby mama.
Oh, okay. And then she said, well, you should have said that was your ex-wife.
You ain't asked. Listen here, Jonathan, you are guilty by
omission.
Yes. That is the perfect word because I thought we would have had to play taboo again.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
You are guilty by omission, right? The whole thing of, well, you ain't asked me. Okay, so let's say the shoe was on the other foot. Because truth be told, a lot of these things can be solved if we just take the left shoe and put it on the right foot.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And if she was the one to be like, oh, no, I don't have a husband. I don't have a baby daddy and things like that. I have two baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? Like
it can get real murky out here.
If you want to play that game, well, guess what? I'm Saw. Okay, let's play a game then. Okay, no, I don't have a baby daddy. I have two baby daddies. It's like, okay, you wasn't honest, but go ahead.
Yeah. So we talk about the pajama party debacle. And he thought things were boring at the party, so he thought he'd spice things up by picking up Alexis.
Listen here, there's nothing to get spicy than a little bit of sexual harassment. Okay, and I don't.
That's clearly what he thought.
I mean, I don't understand what they mean by boring. Yeah. If it's boring at the party, that means you're boring. I mean, like y'all are the ones that y'all the only ones there.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the whole. It's boring. or like Lamar with the whole like, you know, boring conversations. I like to spice it up.
So y'all gotta sex it up. How about be funny?
They're not funny.
Like, ask somebody an interesting question. Mm-hmm. Like, no, we gotta go to naked booties and opening your legs and stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. So he did realize that, I think I embarrassed myself and Alexis. Mm-hmm. And I put her in an uncomfortable position, which he did eventually apologize for.
Is there any more, you have any more thoughts on that?
No, I mean, I'm glad that he apologized, and he said that he will apologize again and again because it really was a bad decision, a stupid move, or bonehead move, as he said. But other than that, I mean, like I said, these men are just not it. So I don't expect much.
I wonder, because it takes you back to my college days. You know, in college, we did not know each other, you know. Mm-hmm. So I just find it very interesting that these guys are in their 30s. I think some even late 30s, so things of that nature. And those type of things, such as, it was kind of boring. Those are things I said when I was like 18.
19,
you
right.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let me bring the Everclear and mix it in with the bowl. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm surprised my chest is still attached to my body.
I know, that stuff is like
how much Everclear I had. But my whole thing is just, it's very immature. It's an immature thought. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's boring. If it's boring, that's your time to actually take your connection and have a more one-on-one connection, maybe one-on-one time. Yeah. That's your time to be fun. That's your time to be, listen here, I already know Alonzo had the skates inside his bag, so I already know he had skates ready to go. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, this whole excuse of the reason why I'm over-sexual or the only reason why I spice it up with some type of sexual activity is because it was boring. That's not enough for grown men in their late 30s and things of that nature. Yeah. You know?
Well, we checked the Glenn cam.
Why?
Every time we went to Glenn, I was just like, I'm not interested.
Hey, Tommy, I got something for you. Go ahead, Blair.
So he was talking to Koshia. Apparently in high school, he dated Koshia's older cousin, and that was the end of their date.
Tommy, I think it's time for you to just go back to, I don't know if you're still there. Hopefully you are. Go back to the Steve Harvey show. The radio show.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I don't understand what you got going on here, but you making Glenn look like a paid actor. I was talking to Blair. I was like, who would like sign up for this unless they was getting paid that? Like, for one, he showed up, which he didn't show up to the whole show, which makes no sense. And now you have beat us into submission of watching this season and then doing a multiple part reunion where this part, usually the second part is the best part. This part was worse than the first part by a landslide. You get what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, I think we need a new host. Should I say it?
What?
I said, should I say it, Blair?
What?
I think we got to get rid of the show.
Oh, no, I don't think that. I think maybe we need better production and we need better choices of people. But I will point to one thing.
Point to it.
That I'll talk about further on, like when we get deeper into the episode. I think the landscape of reality TV is changing. I think that just thinking and looking at all the reality TV shows we watch, whether it's Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, this show, these shows have been on for long enough while for people to have seen it and have a formulated plan of how they want to come into the show. So the days of being authentic and going through an experience and really actually committing to what the show is there for is like people have these ulterior motives to where they conspire and form alliances and things like that, when it's like, this is not that type of show.
Well, hold on. Don't give it all to us right now.
Right.
You know
So yeah. So did you have anything else
no,
to say about Glenn? Okay. And my only thing with Glenn too.
You don't ever have to ask me no more. If you see anything that has Glenn on here, just get right past it. I don't care about Glenn.
Okay.
At all.
All right.
Okay.
Well, my only thing with the Glenn situation is I was really annoyed when Tommy kept saying, "Is he here? we're going to see if he's still with us. I'm just like,
Tommy,
he can leave. He's not bound to the building, okay?
Alexis was there for majority of the season, and she left.
Uh-huh.
So like, if you see, like I said, if you see Glenn,
we just going to skip on past
just
it.
don't even say we're going to skip past it. Just keep going.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So then we get to a point of the foot fetish that the men had.
No. See, you tell me Tommy don't need to be fired, or like the show don't need to go. This is...
I think Tommy's just reading his cue cards. I think they set Tommy up for failure.
Who is they?
Production.
Will Packer? I need you to understand something, right? This is one of the only black dating shows that is on TV. I'll probably say I wouldn't even say one of many, but one of the major ones, I would say, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's an all black cast, a black host. You got a black executive producer with Will Packer, production team, and things of that nature. We, as Ready to Love, are so behind the 8 ball.
Yeah. It
looks like we're stuck in like the 80s, 70s, 60s of dating. Married at First Sight is more updated than y'all. And Married at First Sight is kind of going around that toilet bowl right now.
I mean,
to be
this
honest.
Season was trash.
Right?
But yeah.
Love is Blind has come out of nowhere. You let Vanessa and Nick come out and basically put a stranglehold on basically Love is Blind. You got the Ultimatum and things of that nature. Like there will not be a shortage of dating shows that's going to be coming out in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Right?
Ready to Love need to update their format.
Yes.
Because we are behind.
And the separate mixers is not the shakeup we need. Sorry.
No. Curveball or whatever you want to do. We need a whole new format to basically combat what Blair is speaking about, conspiring and things of that nature, because now everybody knows the show and people are going to have different motives. So you got to actually update and let people know, or basically update the show to the point where they think they coming on the show based on what they seen and it's different.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You got to stay up with the times, you know?
Yeah. And we're not going to talk further about the foot. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Because truth be told,
it was dumb.
Because truth be told, Vanessa was like, don't even put the feet on me. Because
the feet cam.
He asked them, who got the best feet, y'all? Tell me. I said, Tommy.
Like, y'all could have cut this part right here.
What like what are we doing here, man? There's so much things that happen in the season that we can talk about.
Yeah.
That basically I don't understand why we spending time on feet, but continue. Let's move on.
Yes. So we see clips of Chaz's journey.
Yeah.
Chaz wanted to keep an open mind, and he says I'm
about to say, what did he say?
That he tries not to mislead anyone.
Okay.
Whatever. Patrice wanted to pursue Chaz because he prepared himself for a wife, pretty much his financials.
I'm tired of Patrice saying that.
Because personality-wise, conflict resolution-wise, I don't see the preparation.
Come on now, Blair. Come on.
Character-wise, I don't see the preparation. Ability to handle and to stand in the heat or in the ice bath, if you watch Teen Mom, in the ice bath, like he's not doing it.
No, he's not.
No. So Vanessa says that he consistently said that she was his top connection.
That's what he said?
And she thinks he was misleading. Mm-hmm. Chaz said that others saw how deeply he cared for her. If he would buy her 24 flowers and he would buy the other women a dozen.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
He said he's not going to spend a lifetime trying to convince somebody that he's into them.
Chaz, your thoughts first on that.
I mean, Chaz is just, he's just awful to me. I thought maybe he would be the most mature when he was around all the other guys, but when we actually got the laser focus on him, I was like, oh, I see a little yellow in his eyes too. He's a little bit of a piss in the pool too.
He got piss in his eye. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I felt like Chaz and Vanessa had a strong connection, but he was muddying the waters, I felt, on purpose. He wanted to lick whipped cream and strawberries off of Rasheena's chest. So what is Vanessa supposed to think and do? Like, no, I'm not going to sit here while you build new connections while it's the last 2 weeks. Like, this is a joke. What about you?
Yeah, Chaz is a child. Chaz is what I would call an ugly duckling. You know what I'm saying? He probably was ugly back in the day. Probably didn't get no women back in the day. And then finally he grew some muscles and now women like him, and he don't know how to act. Because the way he was acting, it makes no sense. He really want me to believe, as a grown man at his big age, that I cared about you because I brought an extra dozen of flowers. That's why you on this show, okay? Because you're just weird. You get what I'm saying? Like, weird is the perfect explanation to describe you. You're just weird. But go ahead.
Chaz says that he needed a moment when the whole situation about him leaving the retreat happened. Mm-hmm. But cameras were following him around. Mm-hmm. So he decided to leave.
I mean...
And Vanessa said to him, in a text message that if you were going to leave, we could have kept William.
Now, whole time, you going to spend the whole day not speaking to me. You ain't going to give me no time. You ain't going to spend no time with me. And I'm supposed to be your top connection. And you're my ride home and you just skedaddled. We should have left William. Mm-hmm. And this is where my problem with Tommy is. At that retreat, we saw Patrice cry for William, right? We didn't get no questions. We didn't get no second questions or anything of like, hey, at the retreat after y'all voted out William, you was crying. You was definitely disturbed by this because based on what we seen on camera, it was Chaz who was upset and things like that. But Patrice stayed in the room to herself after the elimination. So
that's how she could hear Chaz rumbling around.
But we don't get none of that, right? Mm-hmm. Even though I'm jumping scenes ahead, I'm sure Blair wouldn't mind. We find out that Patrice and William are he owes her a date. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And Tommy was like, "Well, that's good." And I'm like, well, like where?
Like, we could have spent time on that instead of feet. Okay?
Where you got to be, Tommy? Okay, like I just want to know. As long as this reunion it was an hour long, 2 parts, so 2 hours long. It just felt like he had somewhere to be in every segment. You get what I'm saying? But no, Chaz and the whole thing, it was just weird. He just weird. But yeah.
Rashina thought that she'd be able to talk to him and figure it out with him so that way he would stay. Patrice said that he was trying to get me to leave at first, but it wasn't until I offered to pray for him that he allowed me to stay and talk to him.
It's kind of hard to kick somebody out after they brought God in the room.
Right. Mm-hmm. Chaz says that Vanessa said she would never love his dog. And he asked her how she would feel if someone said that about her kids. And Vanessa is like, you're ridiculous. It does not compare. Like I said. And he does not think it's ridiculous. He thinks it is a fair comparison. I don't. And I'm an animal lover. I'm a dog lover, but it does not compare. It does not compare. Then we get to the petrified flower. Chaz said that it was not dramatic. He is poetic.
He's an artist.
And he says Vanessa is a narcissist.
Listen here. I like this part, though, of Chaz right here, though. Because you knew that you was going to be called one because you are one. I'm just going to call you one just to get it out the way. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, while you about to talk and things like that, I'm just going to be like, narcissist. Because I know you about to call me one. Listen here. The more this segment went, there's ways that Tommy could have put Chaz in the corner and things like that. But I feel like Tommy is trying to at least find the light at the end of the tunnel of every situation, at the end of every segment. You get what I'm saying? So, Chaz, best to you. You get what I'm saying? He over here talking about, he found love. Tell us about that, Blair.
Yeah, he says that he set a date to get married. And everybody's trying to count. It's been like 3 months since the process. What is he talking about? So apparently it was someone he knew before the process. She was supportive of him going through the process. And at the end, he said, why not? Let's get engaged. So does that not sound familiar to you?
It sounds like Trevor.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. What is going on with reality TV? So he says he's getting married. Do I believe it? I don't know.
Godspeed to you, Chaz.
Exactly.
Like, it is what it is.
Now moving on to LaRon's journey.
Come on now.
LaRon and Koshia no longer communicate. He tried to spin the block, and Koshia thought LaRon mishandled her at the pajama party. They agreed to go through the experience, and how he spoke to her was not how she wanted to be treated.
Okay.
LaRon said that before the mixer, Koshia went on a date or before the pajama party, something like that. She went on a date, but she was being sneaky about it. He said she was dating Chaz, a chef, and she was on Hinge.
Oh my goodness.
And Koshia said he's getting his facts mixed up. I never went on a date with Chaz. Like, I don't know what LaRon's talking about.
Do you believe LaRon?
Not necessarily. I mean,
I think something is across. I don't
think he's lying completely, but I think that there's some confusion in the mix.
I think with LaRon, the minute that he found out that he's not the only connection to Koshia, then he just starts putting two to two together, right? Now, I'm not going to say LaRon's a liar because he haven't lied about anything yet. Even when we called him red-handed, they say, hey, you calling Maya's too short favorite word? He said, I did. Ha, 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 ha. You get what I'm saying? It does make me think, though, when they was talking about the smacked or, what was it, spank?
Oh, choked or spank.
Choked or spank. I thought Koshia thought the question was inappropriate, but it was inappropriate for Alonzo to ask her.
Yeah.
And then she said, the people who need to know what I like, they know. LaRon and Chaz. I'm like, Chaz.
Yeah.
So maybe they didn't go on a date, but LaRon knew that was one of her connections. Okay. You get what I'm saying? So,
and there's nothing wrong with that. That's
no,
what the
it's not.
For,
so that's why I'm like, LaRon, like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
So after the process, he said that he partied for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
Then he reached out to Maya and they connected. They went out another time. And he said that there's a possibility there. We heard nothing from Maya.
You know why we ain't hear nothing from Maya?
Why?
Tommy didn't ask Maya nothing. He literally, like at the end of that scene, go back and watch it. I'm not lying to y'all. I wouldn't lie to y'all, right? At the end of that scene, he said, like, basically, like, what's new with you and things like that. Da, 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 da. And they put the question, and that's when they put the camera on Maya and things of that nature. And Maya said probably 2 words in, like, the sense of, like, you know, we'll see or something like that. And there was no second question, third question, fourth questions, or anything of that nature. It was basically he only talked to LaRon.
Yes.
But he said Maya's name, Tommy.
Yeah.
So you got to know how to pivot.
Yeah. They didn't give him no questions for Maya in that segment. So.
But we got a Glen cam.
I'm like, Tommy ain't doing no more than what's on the paper.
Listen here, man.
So. We discussed the drama of the season about the group chat and the conspiracies to remove Koshia and Mieka.
Yeah.
LaRon also called William out. We got to see clips of that. Dom said that the group chat was an extension of the men's lounge, which Tommy said you're not supposed to do because the men's lounge is in the men's lounge. And also, we can't record y'all text messages.
Pretty much.
So y'all kind of messing up the show a little bit. And it messed up the process, that fact that they went and extended this conversation out. Okay. Will said that he got confused because he was only connecting with one person. He doesn't know what they mean by, oh, you were conspiring. LaRon said that Will said that he had an inside girl talking about Alexis. He even pulls out the receipts and gives it to Tommy, the neutral party, to read the text messages.
So, you know, I ain't lying.
Will said that he is voting her trifling behind off from a conversation that he's had with his inside connection. Talking about Koshia. Now Will says, I said that. Yes, I said that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That chain ain't sparkling as much no more.
Yeah. So then LaRon starts talking about Will's chain and how it's fake and all this type of stuff.
Because they start going at it.
Yeah, talking about who's a liar and all this stuff.
I got more money than you. That's basically what Will... Listen here, man. Women... in the comments below, right? How is the dating pool in 2024? I have no idea. And it's very interesting to watch these guys who are not 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. When they get in a confrontation, he said, but I got more money than you. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh. It took me back to 2011.
I'm about to say, are we back in 2011, 2009?
So it's like I'm like, what's going on? It haven't been 2011 in over 11 years. You get what I'm saying? So here LaRon basically like and he's getting big talking about, I know, like, you better because you know who you talking to. I'm like, who is he talking to? He talking to LaRon. So it's this whole thing of going back and forth, talk about the chain is fake. LaRon talking about like, you know better. I'm just like, what is going on here? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But continue.
And Koshia's issue was that it wasn't okay for Alexis to lie on her and have that form Will's opinion of her. April says that the text message said that it was a game, and she was saying how this was a real experience for her, and for him to approach it as a game was unacceptable. Yeah. Will said, well, it's like the Hunger Games. Okay, well. He
said, he basically like, look, it's not like a game as if I'm not taking it seriously. He just basically like, it's the Hunger Games. You know, I got to get y'all before y'all get me. Why are you repeating the text again? Like we understood. And I understand April's experience. Maybe April is the right message, wrong messenger, because April could be a little nasty even. Okay. Right. So like the whole thing of like, this experience was real for me and things of that nature. Well, if it was real for you, maybe you should have been open and you would have stayed on the show. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I don't think this affected you in any bit. April.
No, I think when she left is when she was going to leave.
Exactly. So like April, right message, wrong messenger. I feel you though. Blessings to you.
Yeah. Tommy said if everyone would have stayed genuine to their own journeys, then everyone probably would have gotten a lot further. I don't know about that part, but okay. Will says that he could have handled it differently and should have just kept it pushing. Yeah. Tommy says past seasons people have formed bonds because they went through something genuine together, and it's unfortunate the way that there's so much side-eyeing and hostility going on between this group. One thing I just wanted to point to was when Koshi was saying that she didn't appreciate how Alexis lied to help form Will's opinion of her. My thing is, I think that's more a reflection of Will than anything else. And to me, that speaks to Will was never going to be the person that Koshia would be interested in. One, because when they were sitting down exchanging text messages and social media, she was rolling her eyes and stuff from that point. I think that's who she was talking to. Also, for you to get information from somebody else and have that completely color how you view somebody, to me, that's a personal issue. Will could have took it to Alexis the way that a lot of people felt and just like, Alexis, you're being messy. I'm going to get to know Koshia on my own accord. But anyway.
But like, you got to understand something. Alexis was a snake. Will was a snake.
True.
So it's like, you have two people in the situation and someone got to be mature. But nobody want to be mature. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Now we move to the lovebirds of the season. This is why, like, we actually watch the show. At least me. To actually see, of course, drama, but I like the love stories at the end. That's what makes it all worth it. Okay. So it's Justin and Mieka segment. Their biggest obstacle was the kid situation. She still doesn't want any. And he is of the mindset that he doesn't want to miss out on a good thing, a good opportunity because of one thing. And he says that he's willing to compromise. He's spoken to her kids before, not necessarily meeting in person,
FaceTime.
but he's FaceTime, talked to them on the phone, and so far so good. Okay. His dog likes Mieka.
Okay, Chaz.
And they both had said the love word to each other. We're going to move past Glenn.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Justin and Mieka are going to move at their own pace, and the end goal is for them to get married. That's something that they both want.
Okay. Your thoughts on them too?
My thoughts on them, I think that...
Or maybe I ask a specific question because I don't really want to know your overall thoughts yet.
Okay, well, tell me what you want to know.
I want to know, okay, she still said no to the kids. Do you believe Justin's content with still no to the kids?
It's hard for me to say because Justin was flip-flopping the whole season about the kid situation. First, he said he didn't mind. I think then he talked to somebody else and said he did want to have kids.
At least one.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that concerns me because even though he's saying now that he doesn't mind and he's willing to compromise, it might change as he gets older, the fact that he does want kids of his own. So I'm not fully convinced that that's not going to be an issue. Yeah. What about you?
I think this will add to that answer. Tommy asked them, like, are they, like, do they have a key to each other's house? And they said no. They're not over here acting like Alonzo and stuff like that. So even though they're taking it at their own pace, and they say eventually we do want to get married and things of that nature, and they say the love word to each other. I think they're exclusive. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Meaning like I'm only focusing on you. You only focusing on me.
And I think they're boyfriend girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then give me the key to your spot. It's kind of, I don't want to say their relationship is not serious, but I do feel like that once they take that next serious step, I think kids may play a part.
Yeah.
Like right now, he's taking it slow. He's being respectful of her boundaries. She's being respectful of his boundaries. So it's easy to say, and I don't want to say easy. Easy is the wrong word. But it's respectful to say, at this stage where we at, I'm not thinking about kids. That's her hard line. I'm going to respect that. But once you get in a real serious, like the next step, the lines get a little blurred.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because it's not so much I respect your boundaries or disrespect your boundaries. Mm-hmm. There's certain things I want for my life. Mm-hmm. And whether or not you are able or willing to give that to me.
And I'm inside the boundary. Mm-hmm. And right now we're having fun. We've been dating for months and things like that. Mm-hmm. So 3 months, maybe even I think it's 3 months since the show. From the reunion, 3 months and things of that nature. It's just fun time. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? But I want to say, because I know I said I wasn't gonna mention Glenn, but he said like, you know, it was deemed for him to be with her because if Glenn was on the show, he wouldn't have been here. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. But I really hope that he's being honest in the sense of like, I really don't want kids and things like that. Mm-hmm. And don't try to, you know, trap her. You get what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah. So we check in to see where some of the other cast members are. Mm-hmm. Will is talking to 2 women.
Of course. Stop right there for a second, Blair. I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
Of course, the one that got the big medallion, it's not enough that one woman want him. 2 women want him.
You want to let us know he's out here.
He's out here.
Doing great.
And he's doing, listen here, you got 1, I got 2. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Lamar's on the market, exactly where I thought he would be.
You gonna stay there.
And William is trying to plan a date with Patrice. He owes her a date to the fair.
Whoa, that is Alonzo's woman.
Vanessa has been seeing Dominique. Mm-hmm. And LaRon adores Maya. He's still pursuing her. And she is giving him opportunities to continue to pursue her. I think Maya just likes to chase.
She don't know how to say no.
I think Maya likes going on dates.
She don't know how to say no.
I think she likes you texting and calling me. Just, and not to say the same way, because I don't know what happened at the club. I wasn't at the club, but in my mind, but I think what happened at the club is some man was approaching her, telling her sweet nothings, and she was soaking it up. Mm-hmm. So I think Maya just likes the attention, honestly.
LaRon, you will go broke. Mm-hmm. Okay? I don't understand why you are pursuing someone that's basically caused your experience on the show to end early. You get what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. Your overall thoughts on the season, the show, the reunion, all the above, Blair.
Overall, I guess just to further dig into what we were talking about, the conspiring, it really does ruin a show. It really does. Because if things were left up to people's genuine connections, and I feel like LaRon should have fought for Koshia a little bit more, even though they had this argument. And LaRon was saying, well, if everybody else doesn't like Koshia, then maybe it's something I'm missing. Like, no, Will had a vendetta against her when he heard what she said in the ladies' lounge, which he should not have ever heard. So I just think that type of stuff is just really whack. And then the other thing with the guys all saying like, oh, well, I was in the chat and I was just giving my opinion and only people wanted to take like certain part of responsibility. And I'm just like, well, apparently when it came to the vote, y'all was all on the same accord. So that meant something, right? So, yeah, I just think it's just terrible when people go into it with that type of mentality. Just like Tommy said, be focused on your own connections and your own journey and really try to attempt to find a relationship instead of trying to get people before they get you. Because look where it got you.
Whole time. You don't even have, like I said, like Blair said in her sermon, that if people connected outside the show, created bonds, created businesses, created podcasts. I even think there's a podcast with some. Yeah,
there's a few. Yeah, for some previous seasons. Yes, and it's good.
And now y'all done soured the pool so much that they don't. Once this experience is over, they don't even want to know most of y'all. You get what I'm saying? So I think production needs to change. Tommy needs to change. the show needs to change. It needs to be, maybe y'all need to change the city. Maybe Texas is not where it's at. I don't know. But something needs to change. You know what I'm saying? I've came on the Ready to Love train late. I don't see the thing that y'all love about it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm here so I won't get fined. But hopefully we made the experience fun for y'all. In the comments below, write down what y'all thought. Write down what show y'all want us to watch too, because now we get into the part of the seasons to where things are wrapping up and we need new shows to watch. But we only go watch shows that y'all like to watch, so we all can talk about it and stuff like that. Ain't no point of us watching shows that only we watch. We should watch that on our own and talk about it outside the camera. So definitely suggest some shows that y'all watch that you want us to give our thoughts on and things of that nature. Anything else you want to share, Blair?
That's all I got.
Listen here, y'all be good.
Bye.